From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
Jarrett Krosoczka is the author and illustrator of the Lunch Ladies graphic novels, as well as numerous popular picture books, including Punk Farm on Tour, Baghead, and Annie Was Warned.
Jarrett's newest book, Lunch Lady and the Field Trip Fiasco, continues the hilarious and delicious graphic novel series. Lunch Lady and the Breakfast Bunch are on a school field trip to a famous art museum. But while Lunch Lady is busy taking in all the cultures, the kids have caught on to something strange. Some of the artwork looks suspiciously fake.
Now Dee, Hector, and Terrence are determined to get down to the bottom of this conspiracy. But Lunch Lady is too odd to catch on.
Will she snap out of it and come to the rescue? Or will the Breakfast Bunch have to handle this operation alone?
Dun, dun, dun.
Who wants to learn more? Welcome, Jarrett Krosoczka!
Thank you, Genevieve. How are you? Hello, National Book Festival. How are you? Hey, you have a Lunch Lady book. Well, my name is Jarrett Krosoczka, and I am an author and an illustrator. And I feel very lucky that I get to do both jobs, because I get to both write the words in the story and I get to draw the pictures in the story. And from the very beginning, so I can decide what part of the story will be told using the words and what part of the story will be told using the pictures. So I'm going to start off today by talking about this graphic novel series I have about a lunch lady who fights crime. And so far, there are 6 books in the series. There is Lunch Lady and the Cyborg Substitute, Lunch Lady and the League of Librarians, Lunch Lady and the Author Visit Vendetta, Lunch Lady and the Summer Camp Shakedown, Lunch Lady and the Bake Sale Bandit, and the newly released Lunch Lady and the Field Trip Fiasco, which just came out 2 weeks ago. And I have already finished the 7th book. See, this is the way publishing works. You know, the book comes out, and the author finished writing all the words, the illustrator finished drawing all the pictures months, if not at least a year before that. So I've already finished Lunch Lady number 7. And it comes out in March. And it's called Lunch Lady and the Mutant Mathletes. And I'm currently writing Lunch Lady number 8. And it won't be out until next year. And it's called Lunch Lady and the Picture Day Peril. So this is where it came from, because I didn't just wake up one day and had this fully envisioned story about a lunch lady who fights crime. What happened was, one day I went back to my old elementary school to talk about being an author. And when I was there, I ran into my old lunch lady from when I was a kid. And she started telling me about her grandkids, and I thought, whoa, you have a family of your own? I thought you lived in the kitchen with the tater tots. I didn't know you left at the end of the day and you had this whole other life. So I went home and I started thinking to myself, what would a lunch lady do when she wasn't serving food? And I said, she'd be fighting crime. And so this is Lunch Lady. And she has a sidekick. Does anyone know what her sidekick's name is? Do you guys know? What's that? Betty. Yes, it's Betty. Betty is her sidekick lunch lady. She helps her make the peas and carrots for lunch. But Betty also invents all of the different gadgets that Lunch Lady uses. Because, see, she's a lunch lady. She can't walk around the school with spy cameras and nunchucks, because people will wonder what their lunch lady is doing with spy cameras and nunchucks. No, she has fish stick nunchucks. And does anyone else know what else she uses? She uses a spork phone. Do you know one? Chicken nugget bombs. Yeah, they're chicken nuggets that explode. Anyone know any of the other? Well, this is awesome. You guys have read these books, yes? Hamburger headphones. Yes, she puts the hamburgers on and she can hear. It's like the Whisper 3000, if you guys remember that infomercial. Yes. The lunch tray laptop. Yeah, it's a laptop computer disguised as a lunch tray. Wow, Taco Vision night goggles. Yeah, they're tacos, but you can see at night. Yes. A cookie camera. It's a cookie that's really a camera. Yes, you. Do I have hot dogs? Not yet. But I don't think I have anything that's a hot dog. You know one? A spatulacopter. Yes, it's a spatula, it's a helicopter. So here's the thing, as I mentioned, I'm working on all of these lunch lady stories. And she has all of these big superhero poses. And I have to be honest with you guys, I'm running out of ideas. You can only come up with so many superhero poses before you just get tapped with ideas. Is there anyone here who is brave enough to come up on stage with me and strike a superhero pose? I would need 2 volunteers. We have 2 volunteers right here, and they're already lined up? Come on up, come on up. Okay, well, people have already volunteered. Okay, come on up. And what is your name? Tatiana, nice to meet you. And what is your name? Addie, come on over here. If you guys could come stand right over here. Now, there's something that you guys volunteered, and that's very brave of you, but there's something I didn't get a chance to mention before you guys came up on stage. And it's pretty important because I need you to look like Lunch Lady and Betty, so that's for you. See, this is for you. Now, does anyone know what Lunch Lady's apron does? Besides just being a thing to not get her dirty from ketchup and mustard. Yes. It's a parachute, right? It's a parachute. It can be a parachute. What else does it do? It can be a shield. You're right, you're right. Okay. Here, let me give this to you. And let's see what I have in here. And I'll give this to you. So what I need you guys to do is I also like to listen to music when I draw. So I want you to strike a big superhero pose and hold that pose for the duration of the music, okay? So guys, get ready. Why don't you step right over here? You want to step here? I think she's being a little shy. So do you want to step right over here? Do you want your sister to be? Are you guys sisters? Yeah. Do you want to here? You stand here. You stand here. Okay. On the count of 3, I want you guys to strike a big pose, and my friend back there with the CD is going to play the song. Okay? You guys ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wait. Look at me a little bit. Look at me so I can see you.
Liver and onions, Salisbury steak, Sloppy Joe Tuesday, hot turkey bait, lunch lady, lunch lady, and she's on the trail for the mystery meat. This
is called a gesture sketch. I'm trying to get the general feel of the pose. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Let's make a big round of applause for our lunch ladies. Lunch ladies, cool. I'm going to call up on 2 more volunteers. So I'll take this, and I'll take your aprons. I need 2 more volunteers. I think I have time for 2 more volunteers. So let me scan the audience. Right there in the blue shirt. Right there. Come on up. And then let me think, who else? Right there with you've got a tree on your shirt. You have a tree on your shirt. Here you go. Thank you very much. Okay. And what is your name? Jarrett. Your name is Jarrett? Oh my goodness, that's my name. How do you spell your name?
Jarrett.
Jarrett. This is unbelievable. Jarrett, you are I am 33 years old. You are the 6th Jarrett that I have ever met in my entire life. It is a pleasure to meet you. Have you ever met any other Jarretts? No. I get to be his first other Jarrett. That is so cool. And what is your name? Don't tell me Jarrett, because that would be really weird. Juliana, how are you? Come on over here, Juliana. Come on over here. So let me see. Yeah, I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to give you this. That is wild. Here you go. Here you go. Here, do you need a hand? Okay, ready? Okay, so think big. Think there is like this giant robot coming to attack the target stage, and you are going to protect us, Lunch Lady and Betty. On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Liver and onions, Salisbury steak, Sloppy Joe Tuesdays. Hot turkey plate. Lunch lady, lunch lady. And she's on the trail for the mystery meat. For the mystery meat.
Excellent. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will lunch lady up for you. And let me see. I think we'll have time for one more pair of lunch lady. Okay, let's see. Right there in the blue shirt. Right there. Come on up. And let me see. Right over there. Okay. Come on up, dude. Come on up over here. That's it. You come up too. This can be. We can share. What is your name? Aiden. Nice to meet you. I'm Jarrett. How are you? What is your name? Zach. Nice to meet you. What is your name? Nice to meet you. Come on over. We're gonna start with you. There you go. Come right over here. Here you go. Hold that. You step right over here, pal. Let's see. Should I put it over here? Put it over here. I'm gonna put it over here. Here you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Here you go. So step right over here, my friends. Step right over here. Step right over there. Not too close to the edge of the stage, though. Here, my friend, right here. Why don't you come right here, okay? Okay. On the count of 3, we'll make it really big, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Like Matrix style.
Liver and onions. Salisbury steak. Sloppy Joe Tuesdays. Hot turkey plate. Lunch lady, lunch lady. And she's on the trail for the mystery meat. For the mystery meat.
Awesome. Let's give them a round of applause. Take a bow. Thank you. And I will take that. You guys can just leave that stuff over here. Well, before I was writing these graphic novels, I had this whole other career that's very similar to what I'm doing now, in that I was telling stories with words and pictures. And I was making picture books. There was Baghead. There was Punk Farm. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I am so excited to have a new picture book coming out. And it's called Ollie. And Ollie won't be published until October 11th. So it's not available here, but I brought one of the copies I had at home to read for you guys. So it was a sneak preview of my next picture book, and it's called Ollie the Purple Elephant. Mr. McLaughlin had always told his children that should they ever come across a purple elephant, they could keep him. Peter and Shelby so wanted an elephant to call their own. One day, on a stroll through the park, Shelby tugged at her father's shirt and said, "Look, Daddy." Sure enough, there in the flower garden sat a purple elephant. He was lost and had no place to call home. Mr. and Mrs. McLaughlin looked at each other in disbelief. "Well, a promise is a promise," said Mr. McLaughlin. "Mr. Elephant," said Peter, "would you like to come live with us?" "Well, that would be nice," said the elephant, "but please, call me Ollie." And that is how Ollie came to live with the McLaughlin family. Mr. and Mrs. McLaughlin gave Ollie the rules of the house. Be nice to one another, no running with scissors, and help with the chores. Ollie was agreeable to these. The children made up a bed on the fold-out couch in the living room. Ollie didn't have a room to call his own, but he didn't mind. He was happy. Ollie quickly involved himself in the children's lives. He enjoyed hopscotch, though he needed some practice. You would think him a natural at soccer, but he preferred Shelby's ballet lessons. He also enjoyed kickball, but he was too strong a kicker for his own good. Ollie was especially popular on hot days when the kids needed relief from the heat. After dinner, the McLaughlin family had impromptu dance parties. Oh, the dance parties they would have! Ollie loved to dance, but Ginger, the McLaughlin's cat, didn't much care for dancing. She didn't much care for Ollie, for that matter, either. He had taken her favorite spot on the couch at night. Mr. Puddlebottom, the McLaughlin's downstairs neighbor, certainly wasn't happy with the new tenant at all. Over the months, Ginger's disdain for Ollie grew and grew. Finally, she came up with a devious plan. One evening, Ginger scratched at Mr. Puddlebottom's door. He was particularly cranky, as the dance party upstairs was particularly lively. His foul mood aside, he invited Ginger in for a saucer of milk. She laid out her scheme, and Mr. Puddlebottom's scowl gave way to a wide grin. "It's brilliant," he said. "My famous cousin would be delighted to have an extra animal for his show." And with that, the conspirators shook hands. That night, the McLaughlins were all tucked in their beds. Ginger cozied up to Ollie. "You know, the McLaughlin family regrets ever taking you in." Naturally, this upset Ollie. The McLaughlins made the world to him. The thought of being a burden on them broke his heart, but where would he go? But where would I go? "Well," said Ginger, "the circus is in town for one final night. Perhaps they would take you." Ginger helped Ollie pack his bags. But that is pretty much all the time I have. So I'm sorry. I'm out of time. The big hook's gonna come and take me. So it'll be out in a few weeks. But for one final thing, I will draw a quick picture of Ollie and talk to you about where Ollie came from. I am about to celebrate my 4th wedding anniversary to my wonderful wife, Gina, who's hiding in here. I'm not going to point her out, A, because I don't know exactly where she is, and B, she will kill me if I do. But when we were married, and then we honeymooned in Maui, and we had this long flight home back to Massachusetts, and on the flight home, I said, "My dear bride, what should I draw?" And she said, "Draw an elephant." So on that flight home from our honeymoon 4 years ago, I drew an elephant, and his name became Ollie, and his book is just about to hit bookshelves. Well, thank you so much for being such an awesome audience. I'm Jarrett Krosoczka. I'll be signing at another 10 somewhere at 3 or so. Thank you so much.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.